Hey there. Normally at the beginning of every year, I do like a big New Year's reset. And a few years ago, I think it was 2022, I filmed a really big reset video that was like 3 parts. And that's pretty much the gist of it. When it came to 2023, I didn't film one because it would have been the same thing again. Like, I don't know, I didn't feel the need to in 2023. This year I also didn't do it, but mostly because I was just so busy with things. Like, I was filming so many things in the new year that it just kind of like didn't feel as important to do. But I don't really do vlog content like this as much as I used to, and I kind of want to like shift back to that just a little bit, just do stuff like that more often. So that's what today's video is. Usually like the last few days of the year and then the first like day or two of the new year is when I'm doing all of my like, New Year's refresh stuff. So I'm updating all my journals, I'm doing a deep clean of my room, I'm doing all my like physical maintenance stuff, especially things that tend to get neglected, doing like hair care masks and things like that I don't do normally. It's very much just like a time to like pamper myself and just sort of like, wipe the slate clean for the new year. And I think a lot of people do that. But this year, we're already halfway through January and I don't know what happened because I could have swore it was New Year's just yesterday. So we're gonna be doing a few things today. This video might span a couple of days. We're gonna see how much I can get done in one day, but we're gonna start with physical self-care. Not all of this I'm gonna film because some of it you don't need to see, but I'm going to be doing like a body scrub today because I think I really need that. I'm combining my 2 uniforms on this channel today. We got the red shirt and the Snoopy pants. So anyway, so the first thing we're going to be doing today is showering, obviously. And I like to do that first because I don't wash my hair in the shower. I wash it in the sink, partly because my hair is so long at this point. I really need to get it cut. It's on my to-do list for this month. And I get water in my ears when I shower normally, and that's like a huge no-go for me. Like, I don't know about you guys, but it's weird because it's like the minute water enters my ear, it's like an immediate pain. Like, it's like a really like dull, achy feeling, and I got so sick of that happening. It was like every time I would get out of the shower, I'd have a massive headache afterwards, and it was because I got water in my ears. And then a lot of the time this would form into an infection later down the road. Like 0 out of 10 experience. So ever since I started washing my hair in the sink, I haven't had that issue since. So that's primarily why I do it. I'm just gonna do my hair normally, just wash it, condition it, and leave it to air dry as normal. What else am I gonna be doing? Oh, and I also want to clean my bedroom as well. That needs to be done. It's just kind of reorganizing my space and kind of putting things where they belong because that's something I've neglected. It's like everything's just kind of being put wherever there's a spot and not where they're supposed to be. I've got piles of laundry. I've got like all my Christmas stuff just kind of like, it was worse before when there was more of it, but I got mostly like a lot of food for Christmas, a lot of treats and stuff, and I've eaten quite a bit of it since, so it's not as like bad as it was. But a lot of the gifts I got this year were just small little things, which is fine, that's what I wanted, but they're all just sitting here. I haven't put any of it away yet, so I gotta do that. And then I've got like big boxes that I used it when I was filming the Artist of Life workbook to do the top down section, and then it's like I thought, well, what if I film something else? I'm gonna need the boxes for the tripod, but I need to just, these were from Christmas gifts. I need to just get rid of them. I need to just throw them out. My family can make fun of me all they like about my box hoarding situation, but when they need a box, guess who has boxes? That's right, me. My boxes have come in clutch on the regular, like so many times. People need to stop making fun of me for it because it's actually very useful. I'm not wrong about that. But I do need to get rid of these two because or at least bring them into the basement because I don't need them for anything right now in this room. Like, they're just taking up space for nothing. Okay, so I've done a little bit of my cleaning. I'm gonna take a quick break because this pile of Christmas stuff needs to be dealt with. It's probably the biggest, like the messiest area of my room. To make this easier for myself, I think I'm gonna start by separating what is food and what isn't food. So this gift basket, my nanny made me this for Christmas, full of so many treats. This is gonna last me like 6 months. So this isn't food. This is food. This isn't food. Okay, so that's food. I know it's kind of late, but do you want to see what I got for Christmas? Burt's Bees kit. I asked for this for Christmas. Oh my god, it smells so good. Oh, good. So we have a foot cream, hand balm, cuticle cream. Oh my god, I remember when the Burt's Bees lemon butter cuticle cream was like everywhere in like 2014 or so, maybe like 2016 I think, and like all the nail girlies on Tumblr and stuff were like all over this shit. You couldn't get it anywhere because it was so popular. I remember wanting to buy it so bad and I could never find it. More hand cream. So much hand cream. And moisturizing lip balm. That's really what I wanted the most. Perfect. Okay. So I'm wondering how I'll store that. So I want to have easy access to it. It's a little overflowed, but I'll deal with that later. I'll just have to eat some. Oh dear. Then we have this Snoopy ornament, which is so cute. I don't have my own Christmas tree, but I will someday, so it's gonna be useful. Most of my gifts this year were Snoopy related. They're not here, but I also got a pair of Snoopy pajamas, a Snoopy ringed notebook, and a new house coat. My other one, my just plain pink one, I've had since I was like 12 or something, so it's kind of ratty and old. Oh, it's so cute. Look at him. Little Snoop. He's made of ceramic, so I don't want him to break. So we'll keep him in the box. Another thing that I got was this pack of washi tape. Sunflower washi tape. I've had this on my Amazon wish list for like forever, like a really long time. I was surprised it lasted this long. I'm just wondering if I should keep them in the box for organization purposes. Oh, I freaking love them. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is what they look like. I'll show proper shots of them in a second. Sunflowers are my favorite flower, so and then my nanny mostly got me a bunch of small things, but she got me this little bird and bear charm. For Christmas last year I got something similar, but it was a gnome instead, and he sits in my little heart container by my bedside because I truthfully don't know where else to put him. I don't know what to do with the charm, or like the little thing that it comes with. I don't know what to do with that either. Whoa. My younger sibling bought me this necklace for Christmas. My camera's not focusing, but it's got a thunderbolt because it reminded them of Harry Potter, and they know how much I love the Harry Potter movies. Mostly it's the movies because I never read the books. And then I also, another gift from my younger sibling, it was the unofficial Harry Potter spell book and the necklace. It was a combo gift. Remove the styrofoam for this. Oh, there's more styrofoam. There's more styrofoam. Is that more styrofoam? It's more styrofoam. Okay, I've got 4 things of styrofoam I'm sure I can find a use for. Okay, so now I have a box, I have styrofoam. It's funny, my family members, we get boxes like these for Christmas and stuff, like when we're packing small things, and then I always keep them and I reuse them later, and then we just kind of always end up like kind of passing the same boxes around because we just keep reusing the same ones. I didn't even really know what to ask for this year because there wasn't anything I really wanted. My family were hounding me like, we need to know what gifts you want, we need to know what gifts you want. And so I created like a small Amazon wish list for them, but it was things that it was like, it would be nice if I had this, but I don't necessarily need anything. Like, I'm at that point in my life where I don't need stuff, you know? One of those things was a new pouch for my Switch. I have the Animal Crossing New Horizons one that I got at the same time as my Switch. And then I have just like a basic gray Nintendo one that my brother got when he bought a Switch, and then he brought his Switch back, but he asked if I wanted the case with a few of the games that he bought, and I was like, sweet, yeah, sure. I wanted like a pink one that's a little more feminine. This is tough. The Animal Crossing one with all the leaves on it, it's more like squishy, if that makes sense, but this is like sturdy, like this is hard. Oh, it smells like plastic. Plastic is such a toxic smelling scent, but there's something like so freaking good about it. You know what I mean? Like when you open up something that's brand new and it's like, it still has that plastic scent. Delicious. It's like gas at the gas station. You know what I mean? That's some good shit. Oh, I didn't realize it also comes. Oh yeah, I did know this. I think I did know this. But it comes with like the hardcover case for the Switch. Oh, and like little thumb things and stuff too, little keychain. I don't know if I'll use this or not. I'm gonna try, but if I don't like the way that it feels to hold it, I'll take it off. And then I also got these two as well. Just little options. I didn't want the koala bears, I wanted the bears. But unfortunately they come in twos. And then this is bunnies and cats. 3 of my favorites, minus the koalas. I also have these skins that I bought from D-Brand like years ago for my Switch. I think they were yellow and pink were the 2 colors that I chose, and I have those downstairs and I've never put them on my Switch. I've never even opened the packaging. It's ridiculous. It's amazing what you discover when you open up old things. Like, literally didn't even know I had these. You know what I mean? I found this in my New Horizons case. It was a fortune cookie from last year. It is easier to resist at the beginning than at the end. Easily one of the weirdest fortunes I've ever received, and made me immensely uncomfortable. So I don't know why I still have it. Oh, this was a bit of a gag gift from my mom, but I got to open this on Christmas Eve, and it was a little positive potato guy, so I gotta find a place for him. And that's nice, a small little box I can find a use for. Oh man, I love boxes. A Maryland calendar, which my mom gets me every single year, but I don't have anywhere to put a calendar. Oh wow, I love that pic. That literally gives me like the itch to paint that. I don't know how else to describe it. I freaking love that photo. Because this one has been there since 1999. August of 1999. My nanny just liked it so much, the way that it looked, she just left it and never replaced it. I don't have like anywhere to put this. Like before I had the wall space where I used to always put my calendar. I had that in the old house, but now I don't have that anymore. I wonder if there's a place I can maybe make use of it downstairs. I don't know. I gotta figure out what I'm doing with this because I don't want it to go to waste. I do want to make use of it. I got lights. I just got the star ones, but I don't know because there's really no other way for me to hang them other than to wrap them around my headboard. So that's probably what I'll do. I got 2 tripods, and that was like the one thing I really wanted the most, and like if I only could ask for like 1 or 2 things, it would have been those, because tripods are so expensive and I always end up breaking mine. Like, well, I don't break them myself, they just break on their own because they're cheap, but to splurge like $200-300 on a good tripod is just not in my budget right now. So I've got the one I'm currently using that is broken. I've got the one that's set up in the basement right now for filming journaling videos, that it's put so that it's like it can do top down, but that one is also broken. And then I have a third that is like a broken one that I've kept just to have a third option just in case. It's ridiculous. And my family were able to get these on sale as well because it was all the Amazon deals, the deal days leading up to Christmas. So I got one that is for top down. I've only used it once since I got it to do the Artist of Life workbook flip through. I really needed something that wasn't, you know, tipping my tripods and tying them into the right position and things, because that's not working anymore. I haven't even opened this one yet, but it's the same brand as my usual tripod, the larger one, UBeesize. It's basically the same design as their larger one, it's just a smaller format for when I'm filming, hopefully eventually, vlogging like outside of the house, and I don't want to bring around a clunky large tripod with me, so that'll come in handy. I store all of my filming equipment and electronics and everything down in the basement, so that's where this is gonna go with my Switch stuff. And then this was the gift I was the most excited about because it's one of the few things that I didn't know I was getting, because most of my gifts I knew about. This was one thing I didn't know about. It's an Alice in Wonderland tea blend variety pack. Take a step towards adventure with a beautiful assortment of delicious tea blends inspired by Lewis.
What up? I'm Jared, I'm 19, and I never
can't fucking read. In my defense, it's actually the font. The font is horrid. That's what it is. Lewis Carroll's classic novel. This variety pack of 9 different flavors makes a thoughtful gift for your tea-loving friend or is perfect for sharing with all the guests at your elegant tea party. It's always the right time for tea. So we've got like peppermint green tea, jasmine green tea, orange black tea. I wonder if that's the same as orange pekoe. Earl Grey black tea, pomegranate green tea, lemon honey green tea, spiced holiday black tea, apple cinnamon black tea, and honey and hibiscus black tea. Most of these I've never had, so I'm very excited for that. And then she also bought me this Alice Adventures in Wonderland time for tea gift set. It says steep 1 tea pouch in 6 ounces of hot water for 1 to 2 minutes, let cool for a minute, and enjoy. She wanted to get me like a mug or something. I guess they had like cute little teacups and things as well, and she wanted to get me those, but they didn't have them. But I think it's so great. It's one thing when you get the things that you ask for, when they have you make a list and people get you what you want, but it's so exciting and fun when people get me gifts. Especially my nanny is very good at this because she knows me well. When she gets me things that I wasn't expecting but absolutely love, like when your family members know you well enough to know exactly what kind of things you would want and what you would like, and this is something I never would have thought to ask for. I didn't even know this existed. Yeah, I love that. This was my favorite gift, I think, because it was just, you know, so from the heart and special, and I loved it. So there's that, and that's it. Actually, now I gotta actually get to putting things away. We're on a roll so far today. Running out of daylight, but that's fine. I just figured that since I'm going out of my comfort zone today, I'm getting rid of boxes, which is very stressful. I'm putting away things. Like normally I store things in their original containers. Sorry, you're crooked. Let me fix you. There we go. It's often easier to store things when they're in like a box, right? And then you can fit boxes into bigger boxes and store things easier. But I'm trying to do that less this year because oftentimes what happens is I actually just forget completely that I have that thing, and then I don't end up using it, which is obviously a problem. Maybe if things actually have a proper place and out of their original packaging, I'll use them more. Anyway, that's the idea. So since we're doing things, we're getting things done, I figured that I'm going to take the time to put this on my Switch because, like I said earlier, I have things like accessories for my Switch that I bought or that were given to me as a gift, and I just never got around to putting them on there because I'm really bad with like setting things aside and then again forgetting that they exist. So and never making use out of them. That's actually a huge goal that I have for this year, is making use of the things that I have, using things up. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the way this feels. It's definitely more flexy than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like hard plastic. Like this has like a grip to it, do you know what I mean? Whereas like this is super smooth. Your fingers really slide. I wish the Switch actually just came in pink. Like it just feels like such an oversight that they didn't have it come in pink. I kind of get why they didn't. Maybe it's easier to mix and match things, it's sleeker, etc., like whatever, but Nintendo normally releases things in pink. There was like the pink DS. I had the one with the paw, the Nintendogs version. I think it was supposed to be rose gold, but I remember mine being more of a purpley tinge. That like it was more purple pink than gold pink. And then I know that they released a pink Wii. I could have swore they did that. And then of course there was like the pink Game Boys and stuff. So they've always had like girly options, but they didn't this time. And like you would think that Nintendo would make their own cases. That's the other thing with the Switch that I feel like they dropped the ball on. Like it would have made sense for them to make all kinds of accessories and cases and cute stuff themselves and reap all that money themselves, and instead it's just third parties doing it. Like it's just, it feels like a weird business choice to do that, but they've got problems, believe me. I recognize them. I criticize them on the regular. Yeah, I mean, like, it's okay. I do not love the fact that, see how it's like you can see the green underneath and the blue underneath? I don't like that. This was kind of a bonus thing though, because when I put the case on my wish list, I only wanted the case. So like it's just this like extra thing that I got, but I just wish that this was like closer to the edge, so like more of the green and blue were covered. Maybe at some point I'll pull out those D brand covers within the next few weeks, finally make use out of them, make my Switch cute this year. And then once my room is clean and I'm satisfied with that, I will probably be doing like a manicure pedicure at some point today as well. Just doing like basics, nothing like super fancy or anything, but just do my toes and do my nails, paint them a new color.
Five minutes later.
Oh my god. Okay, now they're just calling me out. Yay! And then also my journals. I'll be updating my journals and kind of reevaluating, since so much of this year hasn't turned out so far the way I planned it to. I've decided that I'm going to be reevaluating, kind of making a new plan for the last half of the month and seeing what I can do within that time frame, because there's about 3 video projects I was supposed to have done already, and 2 of the video projects that I've done, the fourth wall shorts and the channel intro, I didn't plan for when I made my plans for the month because they weren't in my brain to do them yet. And so I didn't like factor them into my monthly planning schedule. And now it's like I have to restructure everything and figure out what I can realistically do within the next 3 weeks. And I was also thinking of doing skincare, but I don't know if I'll do these on the same day. I used to be able to do things like this all on one day, but I don't think my skin can handle it now. But I have this exfoliant that I've had for a while, and I'm just trying to get rid of it so that I can maybe move on to chemical exfoliants at this point. But I'm just still doing my research because they scare me. The idea of buying an exfoliant, or like actually any product ever for my skin, that then if it doesn't work, and especially if it really doesn't work, like my skin really freaks out, I can't take it back until I see a dermatologist. My skin is like the last thing I want to just be like, you know, willy-nilly screwing around with. You know, some people can afford to like experiment with different products, and I just can't do that. So I've been sticking with my physical exfoliant, which I only use maybe twice a month, and then at the beginning of the month and at the middle of the month, but I haven't done it in months because I've been neglecting it. So I'll be doing that today. And then I do also have like one of those charcoal masks that I also would like to get rid of. I bought it when those were like a big thing a few years ago, and everyone was doing it and it seemed fine. And then more recently I've realized that they really aren't super helpful. I get blackheads like really bad underneath and around my nose, and I always have. You know, when I was younger, I tried so hard to get rid of them, and as I've gotten older, skin is skin. It's gonna do what it does, and I can only do so much. So I've kind of let go of the idea of my nose being completely perfect, because it's never going to be, and I can accept that now. I know they tell you to cleanse before you do the mask or the exfoliant. Like, I know you're supposed to cleanse before you do those things, but that's never made sense to me. And I've always found that it works better when I'm washing away any remnants or dead skin after I've exfoliated. I don't know about you guys, but it just seems to make more sense to me, and it's always worked okay. But if I'm combining like the mask and the exfoliant, then it's exfoliant, mask, cleanser, and then usually a thick moisturizer afterwards, especially on like my dry areas. Not so much the T-zone, but like the dry areas, I thicken it up a little bit. And so that's what I'll be doing today. I'm gonna skip this tonight, and I'm gonna do it in the morning instead. I'm rambling about this, I'm sorry, because I don't do vlogs like this very often. I don't normally have a chance to like have discussions about things like this. It just doesn't normally fit my usual content. It doesn't make sense in my art content. It doesn't make sense in my Japanese language related content. I don't really do like daily vlog content as much. So at the very tail end of the year, I was so busy with other things. And like I was so exhausted after everything for Christmas that I like didn't have it in me to do all the things I was supposed to do the week between Christmas and New Year's. I spent a lot of days just kind of relaxing with family and not really worrying about anything, and that was fine until I sat down and looked at my to-do list a few days before New Year's and realized that I actually had so much to do that now I felt like I had to do all at once to get them done in time, and it was an absolute mess. Like, January was basically going to be packed from start to finish in a way that I think part of me knew was kind of unrealistic, but there was also things I didn't really see coming. It's like, it's frustrating because I look at my to-do list this month and everything I was supposed to have done by this point in the month, and it's so long, and it's like I've done 3 things. And I know that those 3 things were pretty big things and that they individually took a lot of time, and you know, and I've done other things too, but I've mostly been focusing on YouTube videos and just like trying to pump them out back to back. I don't know, it feels like even though I have done a lot, I feel like it's not enough because it's not as much as I felt I should have accomplished within the first 2 weeks of the year. Okay, this has definitely been on for more than 20 minutes, but it's because I was waiting for my nails to dry enough. I never notice a difference at all when I do these. I don't know if it's that the product just isn't good, or if it's just that they don't actually just do anything, but I do it anyway because it makes me feel good. So that'll have to do. There, all clean. So it's like trying to get these videos done and stuff, it's like I've been putting off taking care of myself. I've been doing the bare minimum. I have the time, I choose to be sitting there working on more things for content. I think I get usually about 2 hours of editing, maybe an hour and a half depending on what I'm doing, out of my laptop, and then it dies on me while it's charging. That's when I'll be doing stuff throughout the day, so that I'm getting a little bit done, but I'm not like sacrificing editing today. I want to get this video done. I just want it kind of out of sight, out of mind. I think the other problem too with me is that I hyperfixate on things. Sometimes my brain is like, I really just want to work on this one thing. And so if I don't focus solely on that until that thing is done, and then I can move on from it, while I'm trying to do other things, my brain's like, we really should be working on this other thing. Like sometimes it's hard for me to channel that energy that I have to work on that specific thing into doing other things. And it can be sort of frustrating because then I find that it's just, I don't have like the motivation to work on other things that I could be working on, like certain art projects, for example. So I just wanted to do a little bit of a finisher for this video. You know, my New Year's reset sort of thing. Kind of took 2 days to finish, but it's like one of those things that you keep putting off because you've got other things that are really important to do. Like for me, it's just been editing at my computer, and it's just kind of amazing how like once I've done everything, you know, my bed is fresh and clean and made, and I've done all of my self-care stuff. It's like, it's just amazing how much better I feel. And it's like, I wish I would have done this sooner because I really needed it. Over the last couple months, I've been dealing with so much and doing so much. It was hectic and busy, like leading up to Christmas and doing all the Christmas gifts. And then it was all like the New Year's stuff. And then it's been like everything with my print shop, and it's just all kinds of stuff. Like I've been through so much over the last few months. And so I've kind of neglected taking care of myself and even my space. I use toilet paper as Kleenexes, okay? No judging. Having cleaned my room and put things away, finding a home for things, even just doing small things like redecorating my Switch or switching my purse over to a new one, or putting these lights up. It's even the little things, just having gotten those done, and like the things I keep putting off, or the things that are like in the back of my mind, like, oh, I'll do that at some point, and then they never get done, you know? So just kind of having spent the last 2 days just really focusing on me and my environment, and kind of just sort of doing like a mini reset felt freaking great. I'm so happy I did that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little New Year's reset self-care vlog weekend thing. And I hope to see you in my next video.